Okay, we're in a go situation, ladies and gentlemen. We are go for this evening's Way of the Exploding show. Good evening and welcome. Great to see so many of you already lining up in chat. Hello to our friends on the Instagram, and also hello to, I don't know why I said it like that, it sounded cool. YouTube, Facebook, X, and of course, Twitch. Great to see you all. I'm Jason Bradbury. I have so much to show you this evening, so much good stuff. So many of you are familiar with what we do on the show, but for the small percentage that are joining for the first time, especially those on Instagram who kind of pop in and then wonder what the hell's going on and leave, what we're about is 80s and 90s retro cool stuff. Anything to do with the 80s and 90s, but that includes new stuff, all right? And so today we're going to be picking up where we left off last week and talking more about possibly the greatest revising of an 80s IP ever, Alien Earth. You're listening to my UK Garage playlist because it's 80s and 90s and it's about to drop. Are you ready? Should I turn it up? I think I probably should. Look, I know it's Sunday, you've been working hard, you've been out in the sun, walking the dog, having your tea, but dance. Let's do it. Don't be afraid to dance. I love this tune. Welcome everybody to the show. Great to be here. Got a packed lineup. Way of the Exploding show comes at you every Sunday at 9 p.m. with a choice, a range of tunes. Although the UK playlist has been getting pretty much exclusive access to you lot over the last few weeks. And this is why though. Come on. I've got this super duper MIDI controller down here, which is why I keep doing it. I'm just fiddling with it. That's 100% not the mic in front of the face we're hearing. How interesting. Wow. Okay, I'll sort that out. Such a good tune, right. So apparently my mic is not correctly configured. That's an interesting thing. Headphones are. Oh, god damn it. How am I going to configure that then? I know what's going on. I think it's this mic. That's what's going on. If I unplug that, the whole system will go kaput. Let me have a quick look. Audio. General. Nah. I'm slightly distracted by this tune. Sounds like you're shouting. Right, mic's very different tonight. Much more treble echo background than usual. How weird. Can't work that one out, folks. I've no idea how to do it. If someone knows Streamlabs, you could help me and I could actually go into the mic. Maybe it's not, is it this one? Or is it this one? First one? Second one? Yeah, the joys of streaming, don't worry about it. We'll get it sorted. First one or second one? Yeah. Yeah, I know, I understand what I've done. I'll explain in a minute. I don't know what to do because the thing is, if I unplug that, it might not go back by default. Stay with me, Instagram. If you're a regular, you're used to my technical problems. Advanced? No, it's not advanced, is it? Tell you what, I'm going to unplug it. Here we go. Bye. The whole system's going to go kaput now. Any sound at all? Any sound? Yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2. How's that? Any good? Is that better? Are we on this one now? Woo! I think we sussed it. Did we get away with that? Hang on. Perfect. All right, good. Okay. Well done, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show, my friends. It's great to have you with me. Yeah. Oh, thank you so much, Mr. Juicy, for following. We're just going to cut over to Instagram now that we've got all that technical shenanigans out the way. I'll have a quick look. Good. Thank you, Frank Stay Lorraine, the original, and Lady B. The original Lady B, is that right? The original Andy B. Fraser is there. And Dane Tun. Why have we got so many people with difficult names to pronounce? By Strovator. My God, that is really, really difficult to explain and pronounce. Right, so loads of cool stuff coming your way this evening. Hello, Mr. Juice. Welcome to chat. And yeah, we're going to start off with a little bit of news. Because so much to say about the brand new series which we featured last Sunday. Hi, J.M. Blends. How you doing, buddy? Hope you had a good holiday, my friend. Great to see you. So much to say about it. So first of all in chat, has anyone seen Alien Earth? Let me know if you've seen it. I've got some clips up here, but I'll tell you that I've added some brand new ones. So don't worry, they're not. Some of them are similar to what we showed last week, but they're not all the same. Let me know in chat if you have seen Alien Earth. Janet, nice to see you. Prof Giles. Ponder is in the house. Middle-aged Gamer Guy UK. Dr. Oculus. Ren, Mandagorn, Rob H, and Janet both in YouTube. Ed, you are in X, I believe. What I do, folks, if you're new, is I blend a multitude of different platforms and stream to them all simultaneously every Sunday night, 9 p.m. for Where the Explaining Show. Don't have Disney Plus, says Bruce, but we'll definitely be checking it out. Gonna watch it during the week, says Ren. Okay, cool. Oh, great, off on another holiday. James, because I haven't sent you those files, I'm aware. I wasn't sure if you wanted me to send them really quickly the other day when you asked for them before you went on holiday, or now. So just let me know in chat so that you can do those CGI masterpieces. Of course, I'm talking to James Cooper about something very, very important. The movie, which is the sponsor of this here show, Control AI Delete, and I'm going to be showing you some stuff. In fact, I'll show you quickly now, actually. No, I'll finish with Alien Earth, and then I'll show you some more material. Because, of course, I previewed some of the movie to the Timeless Gaming crowd up in Liverpool on Wednesday night just gone, and that was loads of fun. So big shout out to everyone there. Big shout out to Middle-aged Gamer Guy. Thank you so much for welcoming me up there. We had some technical issues. I know that Middle-aged Gamer Guy won't mind me saying so, and the sound wasn't very, very good. But to be fair to you guys, the sound on the source material at this stage, before it's been mixed, isn't great anyway. And then added to that, there was a bit of an issue with some form of induction loop or something, wasn't it? I think you told me. And the sound wasn't great, which is a real shame because some of the gags were missed. But we got a really positive reaction. We got great reaction, guys, to our movie. And I think it's a really good start to the process, right? It can wait a couple more weeks, says James Cooper. And that'd be better. But if you need them sooner, I have tomorrow. No. You're going on holiday. So what I'll do, I'll just send them over and you do them when you can. Thanks again, Jason, says Middle-aged Gamer Guy. Really appreciated what you did. Sod's law that the audio was like it was. They were fixed. It was fixed the next day, but seriously, it was a great night. Thank you. It was a great night, dude. In fact, I wish I'd got some of the photographs that I took. I should have had those on stream tonight. It was really, really lovely. But no, got some really great feedback, actually. Some interesting stuff. Like one of the things that I was told is I'll see what you think about this, chat. The central character, okay, and part of the narrative, revolves around a speed run, right? So we know, as gaming fans, what a speed run is. But interestingly, what I had was, let's say, 3 or 4 levels. It's only a quick montage. But even in that montage, one of the audience raised their hand, raised a really good question, said, when people do speed runs, they normally make use of glitches in the programming, right? So that they can, jump a barrier, or they can jump below the map and come up 3 levels in front, or whatever it is. And that's part of kind of speedrun lore, right? And I thought that was really interesting. And the person even suggested that maybe we find a kind of I think what he said was like a time warp or something, some kind of object that warps the speedrunning character forward in time to enable them to get a world record time, right? And so I'm going to integrate that. And I asked my main man, Ken, who's normally every night most reliable guy in chat. Well, that's not fair. So many of you are. But one of the most reliable people turns up every week, Ken, from Tiny Devil Games. But actually, he's on holiday. So he's probably not in chat right now. But I asked Ken, and he agreed, actually, that we should do that. So that's going to be an interesting thing to look out for. And there were other things that people pointed out. There's a sequence, which I can show you now, actually, in the movie. We'll come back to Alien Earth. The movie we're talking about, if you're just new, welcome to Wave the Exploding Show. This is what we're talking about. Go and check it out. It's a full feature film. I'm currently editing it. We've already filmed it, paid for by most of the people in chat. Where are we? This one here, right? So this sequence, which I've just looped to make a fun GIF for you lot, right? Before this, all he does is he grabs a helmet, the helmet that he's wearing. It's actually Henry Fonda's helmet from Easy Rider, and which is on sale for like 15 quid or something. So it's clearly a rip-off. You know what I mean? And anyway, what the guy said is he felt that the sequence had something of the Kick-Ass about it. Do you remember Kick-Ass? Great film, Kick-Ass, and a bit of sort of Karate Kid. And he said, actually, I'd like to see more. I think this is a great denouement to the sequence of getting ready to go out into the bad city of Skeggy, where the AI has taken over. But I think you could do more with it. I think you could do more of a build-up. You could grab the nunchucks, you could grab the costume that he's wearing, and you could just, kind of just make more of this situation in the way that kind of dressing up, getting ready to go out on the bad streets in Kick-Ass is, right? So anyway, there you go. While the music's playing in my ear, it's rather difficult to articulate myself, so forgive me if that didn't make sense. You're not going to get a decent skate or bike helmet for 58 quid, let alone a licensed motorbike one. Thank you so much, Bruce. Thank you so much for that, mate. I really appreciate it. I've no idea what the price was. Don't sweat it, right? It doesn't matter. Whatever it was, it's all fine. But the point is, I think a kind of, set up, a dressing up sequence. That's what he said. I think is a really, really nice idea. And we're going to do it. And there were some other great suggestions. Anyway, that's Timeless Gaming. Thank you so much. Right. What else have we got? We're going to go back to Alien Earth. I mean, my God, what an incredible series. It's phenomenal. Right, I want to talk to you about Worlds Collide in this series. I'm going to try and do it no spoiler. That's only fair. I don't know how much it is to get Disney Plus. I don't know if it's possible to get Disney Plus and then cancel your credit card so you just got it for a month just to watch this series. If you can, please do it. Dress up action montage. Thank you, Jam. Appreciate that. It's utterly brilliant. It's fantastic. It has the darkness. I would say it has the pace of Alien, but it doesn't. And that's an interesting point to make. What they do at the beginning is a scene very familiar in Aliens. It's not one of the main gory scenes. It's just a scene, right? Where they all kind of wake up, right? And I'm trying to give no spoilers. And what I found very interesting was, like, if your exercise was to go to Alien, right? And do that particular scene from the movie, but re-edit it for the sort of patience meter of people nowadays, meaning that we've got less patience because we're on social media, we're on TikTok, we're on YouTube, whatever. We're scrolling social media. And I think that's a bad thing. I think that the time that we used to take for things in 70s and 80s movies to be established is a great thing. And I'm actually using that temporal style in Control AI Delete, our own film. But back to this one, they kind of wake up and they kind of move through the paces and they get to whatever point without giving too much away really quickly, actually. I thought that was quite an interesting thing. So I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it was an interesting texture to note, right? What's great, though, is the constant references to Alien and Aliens. And also, I would say, Blade Runner. There's a lot of Blade Runner in this movie. And I know that David Cameron has often mentioned, or he's sort of muted a connection between certainly the Predator universe and Blade Runner. Some of you might be able to fill in the blanks on that. And I suspect there is something of a connection between those universes, the Blade Runner and the Alien universe, even if it's just implied. Because there's a lot about what in Blade Runner we call replicants, and in this Alien universe we call synths. You're looking at one of the candidates for that there. Also, look at the hairstyle of the guy in the bottom right. Look at the hairstyle. Which character does that remind you of? Which character is that an absolute replica of? Let me see in chat. We'll come back to that in a minute. Guy with very, very beautifully white bleached blonde hair. Good looking guy. Bleached blonde hair. Please. I'm going to give you a clue. His first name is Roy. Okay? Bruce93, I've heard a few people saying there's something of a Blade Runner about Alien Earth, but there's something about Blade Runner in a lot of things. Roy Batty, says Bruce93. That's correct. That's who I was going for. There is a Roy Batty character, Roy Batty being the kind of leader of the synths in the rebellion, which is why they're being hunted down by a Blade Runner in the movie, in Ridley Scott's movie. So that's very, very interesting. There's also the fact that, and again, you'll see this in the trailer, so I'm not spoiling anything. The movie, the TV series Alien Earth is set in Earth, and so far I'm only halfway through episode 2. So far, it's in a cityscape, so it's very metropolitan, it's very urban, which again is extremely Blade Runner. In fact, there is a sequence where all I'll say is it definitely channels one of the most evocative sequences in Blade Runner, where one of the replicants, who I think is a pleasure model, I think that's relevant because she's running through copious panes of glass trying to escape the Blade Runner, Deckard, and the glass all reflects fashionistas, like people like models. What's the word I'm looking for? Oh my God, what are they called when they're in the shop window with all the clothes on them? What's the word I'm looking for? And they're all reflected in Macs and different, different costumes and things like that. Sort of fashion items are reflected in the glass. Mannequins. Bruce, you're absolutely super tonight. You're really helping me out. Yeah, there's a kind of mannequins. And there's a kind of similar sequence in Alien Earth. It's so similar, I don't think it's a mistake. I think it's an homage. So that's very interesting in terms of the Blade Runner looks. There's Roy Batty. Here is really the central character. Other themes that you might find interesting. There's a whole thing around sort of childhood, sort of fictional depictions of childhood, like Peter Pan. Very, very important. There's a kind of Peter Pan narrative, a kind of philosophical and literal Peter Pan narrative. For example, I'll tell you, the trillionaire who you see there, who's head of one of 2 main corporations, so it's not just Weyland-Yutani, there's another one called Prodigy. He's the head of it, and he's named his kind of HQ Neverland. Now, I find that very interesting. I don't know what you think about that. There's a real Peter Pan, overt reference to Peter Pan, implied and overt in this. And then you see here, the main thing to get excited about in this new TV series is that we're not being treated to just one alien, and we really are. You get to see the traditional alien right up close, and it's absolutely terrifying how appropriate that picture comes up. But there are several other species. In fact, I think it's not spoiling anything to tell you that there are 4 other species, so 5 in total. And the concept is that they're being transported to Earth, I think to Weyland-Yutani, for the purposes of research, which again echoes a lot of the tension between the corporate entities in Aliens and the first movie and this one. So very, very interesting. A lot of body horror, so careful. If you're not into that, you won't like it. It is scary. I was wincing. I was kind of covering myself partially with a blanket while I was watching it, and not because I was cold. My wife actually came in and paused and looked at me. She said, "Why have you got that expression on your face?" And so I was obviously really scared, but it was a very, very enjoyable experience. Michael Jackson got it from Peter Pan. He didn't want to grow up. Yeah, he did. Yeah, correct. That's got to be a deliberate nod, says Bruce93. I think so. So all in all, what can I say? Absolutely extraordinary. A kind of urban version of Alien, an Earth-based version of Alien, which is epic. Still very contained, still very psychological. Some great characters, let's be honest. Ripley is a character that we love and that we can get attached to. And that's partially why the first and second movies are so successful, because we love her so much. And we love the people that love her, the people that, you know, that support her. And it's the same in this. There's some good baddies to not root for. And there's some creatures that are yet to be discovered fully by me. I'm only, like I said, halfway through episode 2. That's the containment systems that they use them in. And you can see just from that you want to find out about the creatures like you would if you went to a zoo, you know. You want to find out about their breeding habits, their life cycle, where they come from, what's going to be done with them. It's fascinating. Looks cute, isn't cute. Alien Earth, absolutely superb. I wouldn't say this heartily. I would just get a Disney Plus membership. Get the one I've got. It's cheap as chips. And you have to watch adverts and stuff, but it's cheap as chips. So there we go. Marvellous, marvellous, marvellous. Middle-aged gamer guy. Looking forward to it. Remember, Soldier, which is a spin-off of Blade Runner, has several Easter eggs as Kurt character is seen sifting through rubbish. Ah, interesting. Great stuff. Right, let's have a look. I was just going to bomb down Ren. Oh, yeah, no, I've just read that. Epic stuff. Right, okay, cool. Now, I did tell you something else in last week or the week before's news, and it was that I was working on a range of T-shirts for my son, actually. So not for me, but for my gamer son, who you may know is Rez Hex. A big Twitch streamer, got well over 100k on Twitch, and he's also on TikTok. He's also a Twitch partner, and he's building his career as a gaming and esports player and content creator. In fact, we talked, I think last week, didn't we, about an amazing event that he's doing called Phase 25 in September up in Scotland. So check that out, phase25.co.uk, if you'd like to get tickets to see him and loads of other great content creators, gamers, and the like. But obviously, as a dad, I want to help him to evolve from a business point of view, because, you know, he's earning now and he needs to look after himself. And so I've designed a range of T-shirts, and this is the first of the batch. I've got a black and a white version of this. Thought you'd like the black. The brand is called Endgame Energy. You can see there I've gone for kind of military stencil style. And hang on, let's just pull that down. And I'll show you the back so it makes sense. I might go quiet for a moment, but hopefully it'll make sense. You can see it. Okay. Can you see it? I'm just going to pause here so you can have a read. Okay, so you get the basic idea. Big shout out, yeah. Oh, do I type? What happens when I type that? I don't know if you're streaming. Type shout out. Is that right? Woo! Oh, that's cool. Thanks, Jam. I really like that. It's cool. Do you want us in following Rez Hex? Yeah, you can follow Rez Hex there. Oh, thank you, Graham. That's really cool of you. I didn't realise that was a thing. I should also shout out you, actually, because I love your streams when you're working on cool special effects and all that sort of stuff. We can then click on it and follow him. Oh, that's great. That'd be lovely. Click on Jackson, my son, Rez Hex. But yes, we're going to do some photographs and we're going to make them available. Not sure where we're going to make them available yet. If you recall, we were talking about pricing it, weren't we? I remember we were talking about pricing it. So there we go. So this is it. So what I wanted was a design that straddled gaming culture, but was also wearable in its own right by people who aren't as hardcore gaming as us lot. So there we go. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Point to note, you can only shout out once per minute. Wow, interesting. Cool stuff, cool stuff. Okay, team, so how's everyone doing? Are we good? Loving your work? Would you believe we are already at 9:30? I've been yabbering on for quite a long time. Final thing I wanted to share with you. I told you that I started this last week, and I've actually finished the piece that I was working on. I'll bring it over so you can have a look. There we go. This is the piece that I've been working on. So it's acrylic painted piece. with some Posca pen action on there. And yeah, I'm really happy with it. So I'm going to be framing that up, putting it in the house. And I might be doing some prints of it. And if I am, I'll let you know. But I showed you last week and I thought I'd show you the finished piece. So there we go. Awesome. Brilliant. It's called The Juggler. If you're not aware, The Juggler actually is the first card in the tarot pack. And I did want to eventually do a tarot card version of that because I thought it was quite cool. But there we go. Marvellous, 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 marvellous. So, yes. Thank you, Ponder. Thanks, Jam Cooper. Good stuff. So, are we... is it for a T-shirt? Well, Quail, do you think we could do a T-shirt with that? I think we could. It would look lovely, wouldn't it? I used to have a very bright blue kind of square rectangle on a white T-shirt. And it looked really lovely. It was a similar blue to that. I think it would be really pop, wouldn't it? Would you put it on the front or would you put it on the back? Because what I could do is just his head. I do a small version of his head where it's not a skeleton. It's just the two eyes and the cross. His cap. We can have that on the breast. And then we could do that design on the back. What do you think? Let me know because I'm not getting a lot through from chat for some reason. Give me some feedback. Yes, Jet Set Willie, Duncan, does count as hardcore gaming. You better believe it. Okay, right. I think it's time that we set up the quiz. What do you say? Let's do it. Because otherwise we're not going to be done by 10 o'clock. But we did start late. Sold. Is that T-shirt, JM? Is that the T-shirt? Is that what you think? Do you think the design that I mentioned, that configuration, front on lapel, on the back, is that what you mean when you say sold? I'm really interested to know. Back with the head on the front sounds cool. Yeah. Back with the head on the front sounds cool. Yeah. I got it. If you can complete JSW without the fix, then you're very hardcore. Jet Set Willie. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, it probably is harder than a lot of modern games. Yeah, sounds good. Thanks, Jam Cooper. Awesome. Okay, cool stuff. Right, then we're going to get straight to the quiz. 2 seconds. I've got no volume on the music. Right, so the idea of the quiz, where the exploding quiz is, I should sell it to Instagram. Instagram, big love. I've not been showing you any love, and I can see that lots of you have dropped in. Spud Trooper, Matt, the original Andy B still there. Frank Stay Lorraine, lovely. I'm not sure if he's still with us. Eat a lot of food. Why not? That's another newbie. Philip Coyle. Oh, you'd love one, Frank Stay Lorraine. Okay, cool. Right, interesting. Yeah. Interesting. I'm really interested because I only saw it as a print. I was gonna what I'm thinking of doing is a screen print of it, so full size, where all the assets are screen printed except the background, which I hand paint. And I was going to do like a limited run of about 50 of them. But more than happy to do a T-shirt. And as you can see, I've got access to the T-shirt. If you want merchandise done, by the way, use these people. It's my very, very good friend, Paul, from Social Merch, or wearit.co, I think. Is that? Wearit.co. See if that works. No, wearit. I'm just going to find it. Wearit.co.uk. Let's try that. Yeah, wearit.co.uk. Recently changed to Social Merch, and beautiful family run business if you ever want to do any stuff. And they're based in Lincoln, Graham. So there you go. Right, yeah, I was going to say about the quiz. Basically, the idea here is that I give you a question with 4 possible answers, and then you write out the answer that you think is correct. If it's a long answer, just write a kind of basic version of it. But don't overdo your enthusiasm in case you persuade someone else who's thinking about the question to go for your answer when it might not be the right one. Ah, yeah, they do. They do. Paige works for him, doesn't she, Graham? Who I was editing just the other day, my friend. Thank you for putting it in chat. Wearit.co.uk. All right, enough of me yabbering on. Let's get on with this quiz. Right, cool. Question number 1. Here we go. Boom. Okay, easy one to start off with. Which 1987 a-ha song served as the title song for a James Bond movie?
Stay on these roads, Take on Me, Cry Wolf, or The Living Daylights. Hi, Sarah. How you doing? I'm surprised to see you because aren't you in Plymouth right now? So, Quail, you've won a few quizzes already this week. What, on other streaming platforms, shows? I'm very interested to know because you are rather good at this quiz. In fact, you are without a doubt the leading participant. You bought a Wi-Fi package, Sarah. Hey, mate, that deserves a round of applause. Well done. Well done, Sarah. I hope you're having a lovely little break. Yo, Mr. Juice, how you doing? Welcome. And are you partaking in the quiz? Yes. So, Mr. Juice, you've written D. What you should write is The Living Daylights, or you could just write The Living, or something like that.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
That's how we do it. And there's a reason for that, because we get to go back at the end, and we can go through it, and we can all see who's got what. If you go along with it, it'll all make sense. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Juice. Mr. Juicy. Right. Okay. iQuail. Right. I get it. You're at Timeless and you won Slopes Gaming Quiz and Middle Age Gamer Guy UK's Jackbox Quiz. Epic. That's great. Yeah, Jackbox is very funny. Right. Question number 2. Why don't you use it? Try not to bruise it. Does that sound like a lyric from Relax by Frankie Goes to Hollywood? Addicted to Love by Robert Palmer? The Reflex from Duran Duran? Or Money for Nothing by Dire Straits? Sarah got taken out to lunch today. Absolutely epic. Well done. Hope the weather was as good in Plymouth as it was in Newquay today. How much do people charge for screen prints? Can someone have a look for me? Screen print art. I'm really interested to know. Yeah, limited edition screen prints from Print Club London, right? Oh, they're really cool actually. Some of them are really cool. So look, I like that one. It's like a box of matches. Looks really interesting. Like a massive box of matches. How much is it? So look. How much? 100 quid. There you go. 100 quid. Do good, enjoy life. In massive letters. 100 quid. I like it. So it looks like 100 quid is a kind of, although surely it matters how many colours you've got going on, because I've got multiple colours on there. I've got the white paper, which is like high quality 90 GSM weight watercolor paper, and then I've got the black, which is one color. I've got the red skeletal details, the blue skeletal details. That's 3. I've got the yellow wheels. So that's 4, and then the white eyes I do by hand. Yeah, the white eyes I do by hand. There you go. Yeah, there you go. So I've got like 4 screens to make, haven't I? 4 screens. Yeah, is that right? 4 screens to make, and then 4 processes. Bang, 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 bang. And what I love is it'll go out of sync and stuff like that, but it'll look wicked. Yeah. Then I thought I'd sign them and stuff. Just, you know, I've always wanted to do it. And I won't be the first kind of bloke with the profile. I was going to say celebrity, but I always think that sounds a bit wanky. To do art, it's all the rage. You know, Boy George has started doing art now. And it's really good, actually. It's really interesting. Been looking at his stuff. And who's that singer? Who is... Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Sarah. I really appreciate that. It's really sweet of you. Who's the singer, you know, Met and I... that Galway Girl, that guy. What's his name? I can never remember his name. He's an absolute superstar. Galway Girl, is that right? Galway Girl. Ed Sheeran. Ed Sheeran's just started selling his art. I'll tell you whose art is really good, actually. It's Vic Reeves. He is an amazing artist. Really interesting. Very funny. His art's very funny, but also full of psychology and sort of, it's all about, you know, the kind of, it's psychological. It's like, it's about, yeah. Well, no, I mean, he talks about it. It's about his battle with mental health, and it's really interesting stuff. Anyway, question number 3 in tonight's Where the Exploding Quiz. First song on the new MTV channel when it first aired on the 1st of August 1981. Video Killed the Radio Star by The Buggles. Money for Nothing by Dire Straits. Once in a Lifetime by Talking Heads, or Heart of Glass by Blondie. So MTV is brand new. What's the first song that they play? Sarah says she's making her way to my neck of the woods tomorrow, staying between Newquay and St Austell. Lovely. Well done. You're going to have a great time. Hope the weather's good. What's the weather doing? It's going to be good? Oh yeah, this track reminds me. There's a little refrain there. The sound effects in Alien Earth are so evocative of the first 2 movies. The noise the computers make, the fonts on the computers, the scratchy sort of glitchy nature of all the technology, the 70s buttons, shifters, infrastructure, padded walls and doors, but the sounds, so many of the sounds, that sort of echoey trumpet sound. Oh man, it's so good. Okay, well done. And now you see why I asked you that question, which I know we've been asked before on this show, because I'm following it up. What about the second music video ever played on MTV? No one says it was going to be easy. Okay, was it You Better Run by Pat Benatar? Was it Rio by Duran Duran? Was the second video played on MTV Prince Charming by Adam and the Ants? Or was it Rocket with those legs? Remember those legs? Those robotic legs? By Herbie Hancock. That video by Herbie Hancock with the legs to Rocket was shot in a store in Oxford Street, because I remember going in the 80s and seeing the legs. They were up in the ceiling. Robot legs. Well done, Mr. Juice. Rob H. Prof. Giles. Janet's with us. Great to see you, Janet. Thank you for coming. Always lovely to see you. Just pop over to the Instagram crowd. Hey, Light of J.R. Lightfoot. Life of J.R. Lightfoot. Great to see you. Yeah. Hey, great to see you, bro. I hope I've got back to you in time, because sometimes Instagram has a bit of a delay and I don't get there quick enough. Billy Fowler, Nick Smith. It's My Curly Life. Great to see you. Lockie WJ. JW Plastering Cornwall. Lovely to see you again. Always nice to have you with us. Harsh but Dave. Nice. Quick estimate from Prof. Giles. Quick estimate. T-shirt printing. Screen printed 4 colours. Back of T. 100 times equals £1,000. Roughly £10 a T-shirt. Now, let me ask you that. Is that if I get someone else to do it for me? Or is that if I own the equipment and what you're really talking about is the cost of the exposure of the screens to ultraviolet light times 4 and the inks? Is that what the £10 is? I'm interested. Res Hex, yo, bro! Yo, he gave you a shout out, my man. Did you see it? Let me know if you saw it. Came from Monster Press, based in Redstock, Somerset. All right, so they do it for you, do they? That's interesting, because I was gonna do it myself, but there would be an upfront cost, obviously. Hi, Paul. Nice to see you. There would be an upfront cost in terms of. You didn't? Oh yeah, we did a big shout out. We did a shout out, like as in an official shout out. James Cooper told us. In fact, I'm going to do it again. See if it works. that goes shout out Res Hex. Is that right? I know, isn't there like a... Yeah, boom. The channel you're shouting doesn't exist. Right, try again. Shout out Res Hex. Oh, I've got to wait 43 minutes and 12 seconds before giving Res Hex another shout out. But anyway, at least you know we did it, bro. Yeah, great to see you too, Paul. So thank you for the information about the screen printing. I think £10 cost to produce something of that much value. Remember, I'm going to by hand do the black hand painted background. It's going to be painted. So you know, I think it's a nice artisan thing rather than just a digital print, right? There's a bit of something, you know, textured to it. Right. Anyway, what am I doing now? Fifth question: which home console used credit card-sized Hue cards for its games? Sega Master System, PC Engine, Neo Geo CD, or Atari Lynx? Yo, Res Hex, we've done a shout out about the. We've been showing the new range, your range, as designed, worn by Res Hex. So it's nice to have you in chat. Res Hex doesn't often come into chat. We often get youngsters coming in, don't we, saying, "Are you Res Hex's dad?" Okay, is that question good? Well done. We're going to move on to question number 6 because I realise I've been chatting too much. In Die Hard 1988, what is the real Los Angeles building used as Nakatomi Plaza? What's the name of the building they used for the fictional Nakatomi Plaza? Was it Aon Center, Fox Plaza, US Bank Tower, or City National Plaza? Only here for recipes. It's just joined us on Instagram. Hi, Paul, on Insta. Sullivan Bivord, Nathan Dawn, Lee Jin, and Max Restore on Instagram. Right, so now we lose number 6 and we go for number 7. Question number 7. Which UK kids TV show, which started on ITV in 1987, featured a blindfolded dungeoneer guided by friends? Was it The Adventure Game, Games Master, Cyberzone, or Nightmare? Super UK garage tune, isn't it? Question 8. Which retro-style movie allegedly features an Easter egg in the form of a Games Master golden joystick? Does that sound like Minecraft movie? Pixels? Ready Player One? Or Control AI Delete? Which of those movies features a Games Master golden joystick? Yeah, it's easy, isn't it? It's easy to follow other people's answers. Good for you, Paul. Chart your own path. Question number 9. What is the subtitle of the 1991 film Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Out of the Shadows, Turtles in Time, Mutant Mayhem, or The Secret of the Ooze? That's question number 9, our penultimate question. I'm just going to scoot back in the chat. According to Giles, so the estimate was based on a mid-range quality t-shirt. Well, this is a top-range quality t-shirt, just not being flash, just being evident. Gone for the high cotton count t-shirt. Playing around with the quote calculator. Okay, fair enough. It goes up to 1,650 for a better quality item, so 16 quid each. Okay, cool. I think for a sort of piece of artwork like that, where you want the colour reproduction to be good, high quality cotton is going to give you that punch, isn't it? I also think that people that are buying that, maybe it's a bit of a one-off item, so it's better to pay a little bit more for a better quality t-shirt. Sure, but obviously I'm interested in the costing of that for a print, because I've got my t-shirt guy, but it's very interesting nonetheless. Just to say, I'd hate Paul, my good friend, to think that I was researching other t-shirt people, because I'm very loyal to him. But I do appreciate the input. Question number 10, here we go. What does magical sound shower refer to? An 80s gadget, the time loop hack from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, a song from Outrun, or a gateway in Lemmings? That's magical sound shower. Okay, so that is question number 10, folks. Well done, everybody, for taking part in this evening's Way of the Exploding quiz. We're going to go right back now to the first question, and I'd like you to sound off your answers. If you get this one right, then I want you to put a 1/1. If you got it wrong, it will be 0 out of 1, and we're going to progress up to the top. That's how we do it. So, question number 1. Which 1987 a-ha song served as the title song for a James Bond movie? It was, of course, The Living Daylights. Give yourself a 1 out of 1. If you got that right, we'll jump really, really quickly forward. But do give me your 1 out of 1 shout-outs in chat, so I can sound you off and give you the love that you deserve. In chat, that is. Sample, Duncan Sample got 1 out of 1. So did Bruce, Middle-Aged Gamer Guy, Ren, everyone, Quail, Ponder. Where are we going over it? Move my cursor down. And so did Janet, Eds as well. Absolutely brilliant. Right, okay, so well done. Pretty much 100% so far. Question number 2. Oh dear. Why don't you use it? Try not to bruise it. Is of course from The Reflex by Duran Duran. I know many of you got that right. Give me a 2 out of 2 if you got that right. It's like Bruce just did. And I've got to try and keep these chat flows. Ponder, Numpty McNumpty Face, Middle-Aged Gamer Guy, Ren, iQuail, Duncan, Mr. Juicy, and Rob H and Janet are following up. Janet got that right too. Rob, did you get it right? Let's have a look. Yep, you did. That's good. So 100% for most people as we move on to the third question. First song on the new TV channel MTV on 1st of August. I know so many of you will have got this right. It's probably the third time we've done it in the last couple of years. The answer is, of course, Video Killed the Radio Star by the Buggles. And what a perfectly apt track that is. 3 out of 3 for Numpty. Bruce, Ponder, Middle-Aged Gamer Guy, Ren. Gonna get some high scores this week. iQuail 2. So many of you. I'll keep reading as we go to the fourth question. question number 4 this evening, and the second track on MTV. Janet got 3 out of 3 as well. So the second track on the newly launched MTV channel, Eds gets 3 out of 3, was You Better Run by Pat Benatar. A very young, fresh-faced Pat Benatar. Like many of those artists in those early months on MTV, some of them taking a real risk and, trying this new medium, which had not really been experimented with before, just trying something a little bit different. So, fair play them. Good stuff. Okay, right. Question number 5. Which home console used credit card sized HuCards for its games? Right. They were also called Turbo Cards, I think, because it was the PC Engine. That's the correct answer. Not an easy one, that. The PC Engine. Or TurboGrafx, as it was called. That's question number 5. And that has scuppered Duncan, at least, Ren, and Mr. Juicy, but not Numpty McNumpty Face. iQual goes in with 4 out of 5. 3 out of 4 for Janet, so interested to know what you got out of 5. 4 for Middle-Aged Gamer Guy. Ed's still at 4, very good. 3 out of 5 for Rob on YouTube. As we move forward to question number 6. In Die Hard 1988, what is the real Los Angeles building used as Nakatomi Plaza? What's the one that they used for that location? It is, of course, as many of you said, Fox Plaza. I think this tune needs a little assistance. Just bear with me. There you go. That's better. Okay. That's because it was warped in Ableton, if you're interested. Which UK kids TV show from 1987 on ITV featured a blindfolded Dungeoneer guided by friends? We know the answer. It's Nightmare, ladies and gentlemen. Nightmare. Question number 7. 6 out of 7 for Duncan. Bruce, Mr. Juicy. Numpty still on 7 out of 7. How impressive. Ponder on 6 out of 7. Paul Cannon, loving the TV show Nightmare. 6 for Ren. Quail as well. So we've only got Numpty on 6 out of 7. Bruce, where's your score? Janet's got 4. Rob's got 3 out of 7. Bruce gets 6 out of 7. Mike's Vintage Tech, 3 out of 7. Hi, Mike, on YouTube. Great to see you. Yeah, it was frustrating to watch as a kid, though. Nightmare. Which retro-styled movie allegedly features an Easter egg in the form of a Games Master golden joystick? So, it's a retro-styled movie. It features a golden joystick in a case. It's not Minecraft movie. It's not Pixels. And it's not Ready Player One. It's Control AI Delete. It's Control AI Delete. How was I expected to know that, you might say? Not my problem, folks. I never said it was going to be easy. Maybe sort of fair, but not even that. I just thought I'd chuck that question in. Did anyone put it down? I think someone did. I'm pretty sure I saw someone putting down. Let me know if you got that right. So give me your scores, but also let me know if you're the person that wrote Control AI Delete and got it right. I've been aware of that show via an older friend, but I've not watched it, Sarah. Yeah, I think it's been relaunched on... It's certainly relaunched at one point on YouTube. Thought there were so many Easter eggs, says Mr. Juicy, in Ready Player One that it would be that. Makes sense. iQuail, you talked a lot about it at Blackpool. Ah, yeah. There are so many Easter eggs in Control AI Delete. If you're new and you're unfamiliar with what I'm talking about, I know most of you aren't, go to this URL, ctrl.aidelete.net, controlaidelete.net. It'll tell you all about it. We've just made it. I'm currently editing it. Every day I'm editing it. Sat here, editing it until my fingers go raw. And iQuail, big shout out to you. You get a bonus tonight for saying Control AI Delete. Dr. Oculus was the only answer I knew. Oh, Ashen's rebooted Nightmare for a special. Did he really? How incredibly cool. What a cool thing to do. Okay, so right, we're gonna go to what's that? Question number 9. What is the subtitle of the 1991 film Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2? Excuse me. It's The Secret of the Ooze. There we go. Secret of the Ooze. Did you get it right? Okay, let's get back to numbers now. What have you got out of 9? Let's have a look. Oh, welcome. Oh, I thought it was a new sub. It's actually Sarah cheering me with 12 cheers. Thank you so much, lovely Sarah, you superstar. 8 out of 9 for Quail. 8 out of 9 for Numpty. Duncan as well. Ren gets 6 out of 9. Bruce, 7 out of 9. Not your week this weekend, Bruce. 7 out of 9 for Mr. Juicy. Ponder gets 6. 8 for Middle-Aged Gamer Guy. 4 for Janet. 7 for Eds. 3 for Rob. Okay, well, it's been a hard one. It's been a hard one. Judging by the scores, it's been a hard one. Who have we got? Have we got anyone with 9 out of 9? Or are we only looking at 8 out of 9 from Numpty McNumptyface as the highest score? I'm getting a little bit confused because I've been nattering away. I think Numpty McNumptyface with 8 out of 9 is currently our highest scorer. And we're about to find out who the winner is with question 10. What does Magical Sound Shower refer to? You know it. The question is that enough for Numpty to hold on to their lead? It's not an 80s gadget. It's definitely not the time loop hack from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, although I was very pleased with myself for coming up with that incorrect answer. It's not a gateway in Lemmings. I don't know if there are any gateways in Lemmings. It is a song from Outrun. Well done, you lot. Well done. 7 out of 9 for Ponder. 9 out of 9 for Numpty McNumptyface and Duncan Sample. I'm sorry if I missed you from the previous one. I'm Middle-Aged Gamer Guy. We got 3 winners. Well done, you lot. Epic stuff. Ren gets 7. 8 for Bruce. Well done. No, you've done really well. You always do really, really well. 9 for Quail as well. Fantastic. The second video is the one that threw you, Quail. Yeah, it's a tricky one, that. You see, I gave you one. And the second one, I thought I'd get you. 8 out of 10. Great show, Eds. Thank you. And great performance on the quiz. Janet, 5. Respectable. Well done. 4 for Mike's Vintage Tech. Out of 7. Yeah, because you joined late. Not bad. Not bad average. What can I say? Ladies and gentlemen, it's been absolutely brilliant sharing this Sunday with you. I've almost just about finished on time. Can you believe it? So looking back, we've had a lot of fun. We talked about my new t-shirt for Res Hex with the cool graphics on the back. I'll let you know if you're interested where you might want to pick one of those up, and you can read all the cool stuff about what the wording says. We talked a lot about my artwork, which I'm so grateful to you for showing so much interest in. Some prints and also some t-shirts. Thanks, Paul. Obviously, we mentioned the movie. I was going to show you more about the movie, but I did show you that Nunchucks clip. Maybe we'll do more on it next week because the edit is really, really progressing. And I've been working with Ken really, really closely. Ken has actually made a game that works on this Game Boy. I could show you it. I say works, very rudimentary. So that we can potentially, maybe, if we can work out how to get around the reflexive screen, do a shot. It'll be my hands, but it'll be as if it's the main character's hands as he walks along the street playing his Game Boy. I just need it as a kind of, to get me into another scene, you know? So much going on in the edit. Incredible. And of course we talked about Alien Earth, and I said it's so good, it's worth getting a Disney Plus membership for, if only for a month. It is brilliant. You've got to watch it. I'll try and keep you informed how it's going, whether it's still good next week or when there are more episodes. And there we are, folks. Absolutely incredible. Rock and Roller RC coming in and typing nunchucks, which used to result in my old show with the lovely Trista Bites, aka Bex, with me jumping up with my nunchucks. Remember, chucking them around. It's those nunchucks, actually, mate. It's those nunchucks from my stream that actually feature in the movie. Those nunchucks there being expertly wielded by our lead actor, Josh, playing the character of Smith, are actually the ones that I used to use on stream. I just covered them in black tape. So the ones were blue, if you remember. Anyway, Thanks again to Timeless, Middle-Aged Gamer Guy UK, for inviting me up, and all the lovely people that I met and all the great feedback they gave me about some little sample edits. We showed them about 10 minutes or so of the movie. But don't worry, folks, you didn't miss a great deal because the sound wasn't great. And some of the sequences you've already seen, albeit in smaller versions. And there will be exclusive content on this channel that only you get to see, I promise you. Ponder, yes, I am going to Play Expo this year. I'm going to be filming there, getting some sequences for the movie. Thanks, Paul. Nice to see you. Thanks for being so complimentary. And to everyone that came this evening, have an amazing week. I love you guys. And hopefully I'll be back next week for more Way of the Exploding Show. Because I absolutely love it. All right. Have a good week, folks. See you next time. Bye.